Hey there, hi there, Libras, and welcome to your dream, love, and shadow reading all in one. Okay, I know it's a lot, so if you need some coffee, espresso, latte, tea, wine, whatever your favorite drink is, Celsius, for example, to give you that little boost, go for it. So first, I'm going to draw for you a Door of Destiny Oracle card. So this way we're entering the reading by entering a door. Okay, and I have for you Door of Protection, Security, Safety, Shield, Persevere, Guard, and Defense. And there's a sword here. Okay, it kind of looks like a golden orb or egg, and then a sword. Okay, attached to it. Okay, so you have your sword of protection here. Um, Interesting. It's like you walk through a door and like you're immediately rewarded with like a sword. It's beautiful. I love it. So now we're in the Citadel, okay, and we have the Wise One, tradition and order. Tradition and order. Okay. Also, shout out to Etsy, this artist that created on Etsy that created my ring. I love it. It's so beautiful. It has the birth flowers of each one of my daughters and myself. I love it. It's a homemade artist craft. So beautiful. Anyways, I don't remember the flowers and what they're called. I know chrysanthemum is definitely one of them. And that's for November, I believe. So, anyways, so then we have here the Enchanter, Deception, and Trickery. Ooh, with the skeleton hand holding what appears to be like another orb looking thing with an eye on it. Also, kind of like, I'm kind of thinking of like an embryo or like, it also kind of looks like a pear almost. And this has flowers. So we have the Wise One, Tradition, Order. We have the Enchanter. We also have the Alchemist, the Pilgrim, and the Poet. We have like a whole team here, okay? I'm getting like a story with like a whole cast of characters. You've got the Wise One, who's like the traditional one that holds all the order. Then you have the Enchanter, Deception, Trickery. So you kind of have like probably like the antagonist. I mean, the villain, right? Then you have the Alchemist, Balance, Invention, Destruction. So you have someone who's kind of like maybe like in between going like on the dark side or staying in the light side, but they're like coming up with like you don't know which way they're gonna go, right? And then you have the Poet, relationships, vulnerability. So you have, the peaceful, calm, sweet one, introverted maybe, and then you have the Pilgrim, opportunities and growth, the Lantern. So you definitely have someone who's an extrovert here. And then you have the Adventurer, another extrovert, right? And then the Miser, stubbornness and inflexibility. Ooh, the Adventurer, responsibility, expectations. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the sense that the Miser and the Adventurer, like the Miser and the Enchanter, are very similar. Okay, I feel like the Adventurer and the Pilgrim, like the Adventurer and the Alchemist, are very similar. Okay, the Wise One and the Pilgrim, okay, are very similar, and the Poet and the Masquerader, hiding your true self, projection. But there's also like a lot here. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. The Musician, the Assassin. Wow. This is like a whole group of people here. That's a lot. Okay. So let's break it down. I'm gonna draw some Allison Tarot Land cards, and because this is a lot all at once, I feel like. I think you're trying new approaches to life. I think your protection here, your security, your safety here is in all of this going on here. Okay. I think if you are meeting new people and if you are getting to understand different types of um, energies here, I think that's a great way for you to like kind of get yourself away from certain other energies, because the protection here is gonna that sword it's going to keep you safe from deception. It's going to keep you safe from stubbornness, and then you're not going to have to like use it when you're around, musicians and poets. You're going to have to definitely use it around an assassin, someone who's ruthless. You're definitely going to have to use your protection there, your guard and your defense there. The masquerader, okay, someone who's making masks, painting masks, that's hiding your true self and projection. Okay. So again, I'm getting the sense that someone here is like, this is their true self coming through here. And you're showing sides of yourself that are true, but they're like, they've already kind of like a narcissist, like, and I don't know a lot about that, but from what I do know, okay, they're already written the play of who you're going to be in their life, and that's not going to change. Okay, they're projecting onto you what they want you to be or who they want you to be. Any other side that you show of yourself, they say no to that. That's what you need to protect yourself from. Like, this is like a character assassination. Like, this person is out to assassinate you and your character, because you're the adventurer, you're the pilgrim, you're the wise one, right? Like, there's also, I feel like you look for these energies in other people to sort of like match your energies, and you've come up against quite a lot of misery, quite a lot of deception and trickery, quite a lot of assassination, character assassination, a lot of projection. You're hiding your true self, maybe because you don't want this person to like hurt you or harm you. But there's another side to it here where this person has already written you as like, you are the miser, you are the villain, when that's not really the truth. So your dreams are showing you like where all that is coming from, how that is manifesting in your everyday life, what is pushing you outside of that, because this person has already showed you and revealed to you who they really are. And we're going to get into that more, because we have you versus them. So this is a very like this is like, I don't think this person is your person. I think this is a person that you are very familiar with. Okay, friend, family member, lover, but it's not. Oh, look at this, ten of cups, happy endings, like emotional abundance, right? Rainbows and sunshine overhead. Okay, so this is definitely an energy that you strive for, but there are toxic elements under that rainbow that you've tried to create, under that emotional arc of safety and security, of protection. There are some toxic elements under it. There's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. There's the King of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts. Both, the King of Hearts is kind of like a joke, right? Like, he's silly. You don't take him seriously because there's nothing very serious about him. Okay? Now, the Queen of Swords, ironically, in Alice in Wonderland, she's not a loving, caring, nurturing energy. She's a very toxic energy that's very controlling. It's almost like this person has like written the story where they're going to be the silly, goofy one that doesn't take things seriously other than their kingly duties, I guess. And then the Queen of Swords is going to be you, and you're going to be the toxic one, the opposite of love. And then there's Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and that's just the extra cast members that are there for a laugh, you know? They're not there for any real merit. They're there to show you, like, how obnoxious people can be, right? How non-coherent. Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. Okie dokie. Let me see here. Well, the Ten of Cups, you know, in an ideal world, in an ideal situation, can be a very loving, beautiful energy of like family and love, harmony, loving relationships. But right now, what you're experiencing, because it is shadow, which is like the opposite, it's the reverse of all that. You're experiencing disharmony and unhappiness. Now, what you try to achieve here with your protection, okay, is the Ten of Cups symbolizes harmony, unity, and lasting emotional peace. It represents shared happiness and deep emotional connection. The love you receive from your family and friends are bringing you emotional bliss. Cherish these bonds and celebrate your success with them, okay? But that's not what you're experiencing. You want that, but it's not what you're experiencing. And then you have relationships. The relationship has the foundation to belong term or permanent. This may also indicate the start of a family. Okay, you've already started this family, but it's like there's so many toxic energies. Okay, like the narcissist. Okay, now if you move on with that and you look at it from maybe like more of a career perspective, your colleagues may feel like family and work may feel like hanging out with friends. Yeah. Work-life balance could be giving you more time at home. Yeah. I feel like right now what's happening is your career is actually more of your family right now. Okay. You're getting more out of it, you know, whereas like people related to you, you know, through whatever reason, you're not getting a lot out of that. Okay, Libra. Reverse, you may be trying to create meaningful connections, but something isn't clicking. Stay empathetic. Relationships have rough patches. However, the relationship may just not be right. And that's the person. That's whoever that person is. Okay. However they're connected to you. That could be love, for instance. So, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. Okay. Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. So your Knight of Wands, enthusiasm, passion, and action. But reverse, you have frustration, delays, and impulsiveness. This card represents bold actions, passion, and fearless forward motion. It inspires you to pursue your goals with confidence and energy. Upright, it is time for the Knight to charge forward with his ideas and goals with passion and enthusiasm. He is pushing forward. The person can be you. Relationships may be moving quickly as impulses and passion take hold. Enjoy the excitement without getting too carried away. Career, you may be eager to take on a new project or responsibility. Use that excitement to move towards success. This is very, I'm getting career oriented because whatever the love thing is that was happening, whatever that was about, which we're going to get into that more, but it obviously wasn't like serving you in a good, healthy way. It just like, yeah. So now reversed, a project may be moving slowly or delay, which is leading to frustration. Clear your head and find a path forward. Avoid impulsive actions and chart a new timeline if necessary. Okay, new timelines. There you go. Yeah, so because you're really hitting like a wall with this person, you're like, I can't get past this person's energy. Like, they're already like not creating anything here. There's like no passion here with this person. There's no fun. There's no excitement. It's just, ugh, right? So you're like, I'm going to focus then on my career then, because that's where I'm finding more passion. That's where I'm finding more connection. That's where I'm feeling safe and loved and supported. And that's a great thing. That's an amazing thing. Okay. Now, Knight of Cups, okay, probably coming in with some good emotional intentions for you here. Okay. Balanced emotions and mindfulness. That's what your career is leading you toward, right? So, instability, emotional manipulation. That is definitely what this person was doing to you. Okay. So, the King of Cups represents emotional balance, wisdom, and supportive leadership. He symbolizes calm guidance and stability. That's exactly what you're looking for. So, with that in mind, your career is giving you the balance and the harmony and the passion and the connectiveness that this person is not giving you. Okay? So, interesting, because I feel like at one time your person was definitely fueling your creativity. Definitely there was a lot of passion there. Definitely there was a lot of chemistry, a lot of like energy that was making you feel good and that was bringing you happiness. But now that that's shifted, your focus is now on your career, and that's what's bringing you happiness now. Okay, got it. Good job. We did it, Libra. Like, I was like, where are we going with this? Okay. Okay. So now that we have that established, that's why a lot of this makes sense now, because you're the wise one here. You're the pilgrim here, but you're also looking for that in your career, in this new journey that you're on. So the paths have diverged. Okay. Your person's going this way, staying on that path. Physically, they're like, probably still like seeing you daily or living with you or whatever, but they're on a different path, right? Well, you're over here on this path. So, if you try to build the rainbow bridge, to, get a message across to them, for example, of like creativity and passion and all that, they're just not reciprocating it. Okay, they're not. So you're looking for this emotional fulfillment now. You or a person in your life has built balance between logic and emotions. Self-aware, they are mindful of those around them when taking action. That's you. That's who that's who your people are that can do that, can mirror that with you. Not a person who can't do that. That's no. The relationship is full of emotional maturity and respect. Work through issues while remaining considerate of other people's feelings. Yeah, that's what you're like looking for. And it's not like you're not seeking out, like, I don't feel like you're seeking out a new partner, a new person, new significant other. I feel like you are looking for other like-minded individuals, if that makes sense. Like, this isn't like romantic, right? This is just emotional connection. This is just emotional fulfillment. And your career is bringing you that. As you focus more on your career, you're gaining more insight and more clarity to your emotions. Interesting, because the sword brings clarity. The sword brings truth, and it's protecting you from a manipulative people or energies, right? Because, sometimes people are having a good day and are treating us great, and other days they're not so much. But that's the type of imbalance in a person that you just don't want to be connected with right now. You want consistency when it comes to emotional behavior with a person. So you're looking for a person who has already mastered that, or people, or a team of people, or in this case, a whole cast of people. Yeah, and there's always going to be a protagonist. There's always going to be an antagonist here, but that's that shadow energy, right? It's like sometimes you just gotta like find a way to not be around certain types of people, because then that's what you're gonna have to deal with. Career, Bring both raw intellect and emotional intelligence to the workplace. Make logical decisions while still appealing to other people's emotions. Okay. Reverse, emotionally unstable, maybe leading to conflicts. Someone may also be engaging in emotional manipulation. Master your emotions to control the situation. That's what you're doing. You know, it's so interesting because I feel like, Libra, you're like, why am I always around people who are like living in this like reversed reality, this upside down world, right? Like in Stranger Things. Why do people, no one wants to live in the upside down? That's a terrible place with monsters and villains and that creature. So yeah, but that's the shadow world, right? Like that's a perfect like example of shadow world type stuff. But you can also learn to like master that darkness, right? And you can master it in ways that help you live in a better reality than that. You can still be upset and you can still be angry, but you're mastering your emotions here. You're mastering your responses. Yeah. So, oh, I read you the King of Cups. Oh, I didn't read the Knight of Cups. Oh my God, I can't read. Okay, well, the Knight of Cups, passionate, idealistic, romantic, reversed, high expectations, disappointment. Description, this card represents romance, idealism, and heartfelt pursuit. It reflects emotional movement and sincere expression. Upright meaning, emotions drive your romantic idealism. Let this passion lead to action as you bring art and beauty to life. Relationships. Your relationships may be fueled by the idea of love. Be careful not to let this lead to unrealistic expectations from the relationship or your partner. Career. Emotional intelligence will help you navigate the current workplace politics. Creative solutions may be the key to solving seemingly impossible problems. Reversed, your high expectations may be leaving you disappointed when the initial excitement fades and challenges set in. Forgive the shortcomings of others as you work through the obstacles. Yep, exactly. So I guess I was meant to read the King of Cups to you. But that being said, I'm going to draw an atomic card, a crow card, and a witch card to conclude our reading. Okay, so we have here the Three of Swords. Yes, okay, Three of Swords. Right. Okay, so sorrow, Banat of Yezra, Saturn in Libra, distress, grief, overwhelming thoughts and emotions, healing, disappointment, and moving on. Okay, so Saturn in Libra, you know, that's that a very wise, you know, like mentor, teacher, trying to help us navigate some of that we're processing. Yeah, so okay, so in Kabbalah, Binah, meaning understanding, is one of the 10 Sephirot, the emanations through which the divine manifests. Binah is usually associated with intuitive understanding, structure, and the womb of creation. The ability to take raw insight from chakma, wisdom, and give it from form, shape, and boundaries. Yeah, you're going to definitely have to use boundaries with this energy because the birth, the creation, the womb, that's definitely, you're going into some very strong divine feminine energy. And what's happening is like the shadow queen energy that you've been seeing is a distorted feminine energy that you've been experiencing and feeling. It can come from a man or a woman. It can come from anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to come just from a woman. So you're experiencing it both. Okay. And you have to have boundaries with this energy because it can be very destructive and very dangerous. It can destroy people's lives, honestly. And that's like a very deep, scary Three of Swords. Yeah, so really, like, at the end of the day, you know, you're the energy here is perfect because it helps you see the emotional structures and dynamics clearly without getting pulled into fixing them. You can recognize the pattern and you're detaching from that, okay? Because you need to maintain your boundaries and protect your own emotional energy. So that being said, I'm going to draw you a Crow Insight Shadow card. Journey. Ooh, and there's a castle off in the distance. Yes, see, you're on this new journey because you're leaving. You're not leaving that person, but you're leaving their energy behind. You're detaching from their energy because their energy is so off-putting to you. So you're focusing on a new journey now. Life is a journey filled with experiences. Cherish each moment and the lessons that they bring. Okay, and the lesson you're experiencing right now is that you have to detach yourself. The answer is yes. The universe clicks into gear. Trust and advance. Yes. Okay, so you're moving past this. You're not completely cutting this person off because for whatever reasons that you have logistically, but you're definitely detaching emotionally from them, and that's your best case scenario. That's your best solution here, for you and for your journey here. And really bring you back to center and really bring you back to what's going to emotionally fulfill your needs, because they're not obviously being met by this person. So that's the message I have for you, beautiful souls. Love and light always, Libra. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, the notification bell, so every time I drop a new video, you're updated, you're first to know. And check out your playlist, soulmate readings, heart path readings. Take care. Bye, Libras.